Hello paddlers! Red kayak lady here. That's not a red kayak, and this is definitely not Wisconsin. I flew in late last night to the Reno International Airport to paddle the beautiful Lake Tahoe. I'm staying just south of Tahoe City on the California side of Lake Tahoe. This will be my third time paddling Lake Tahoe, so obviously I enjoyed it enough to keep on coming back. Now, if you've ever been to Lake Tahoe, you know that prices here are really insane. Everything from groceries to gas to, you guessed it, renting a kayak. I've looked at my options for renting in the area, and most of the rental places want about $100 a day for, let's just say, something that would be a little less than desirable. You know how most boat rentals go, they're either a tank, an ocean kayak, sit on top. It's really not what my idea of kayaking is. So what I've done in the past is, because I have family in the Bay Area, I've flown into the Bay Area and rented a sea kayak, composite material, either Kevlar, fiberglass, or whatnot. Rented a lightweight sea kayak at an outfitter's in Auburn, California, loaded it up, drove the rest of the way up to Tahoe. That really wasn't an option this time around, since I didn't have quite as much time to spend on the left coast. So I had to get a little bit more creative in finding the right boat for this trip. What I did is I started scouring Craigslist ads for somebody in the area selling a kayak. I contacted the lady with this boat and asked if she'd be willing to rent it to me for a week. What I'm paddling is a Current Designs Storm. It's about as long as the sea kayak I'm used to paddling. The must for me in looking for a rental is that absolutely had to have a rudder. You just don't see that in rental boats very much when you go to those rental places that are on the water. I can't stand paddling a boat that doesn't have a rudder, so I found this one, and this is going to work out great for me for the week. I've already paddled it about a mile or so, and it definitely handles very similarly to what I'm used to. It's a polyethylene boat, so it is really heavy, but since I don't have to worry about transporting it, I think it'll work out just great for the week that I'm here. I pulled over here on what I'm guessing might be private property, so I probably shouldn't stick around too long. Let's get back on the water. Wind on Lake Tahoe can be absolutely relentless. It was calm out a little bit earlier today, and now it kicks up, but you get these gusts that are not really pleasant to paddle in. But then they kind of go away, and then it gets calm again. Lake Tahoe is a place I'm definitely staying really close to shore, and there's no way I would ever paddle Lake Tahoe without my PFD. Lake Tahoe is massive. It's 22 miles long, 12 miles wide, there's 72 miles of shoreline. So because I can't transport this boat while I'm staying in the area, most of my paddling is going to be on the west shore, right around Tahoe City. There is a really beautiful part of Lake Tahoe called Emerald Bay. I want to kayak there, but it's too far to paddle this boat there, and I can't transport it, so I think I'm going to spend a day just hiking down to Emerald Bay, and then maybe renting a different boat over there. Lake Tahoe is also crazy deep at something like 1,400 or 1,500 feet deep. The water is pretty damn cold, but it is amazingly crystal clear. At some point during the week I'll definitely submerge the GoPro, but honestly there's not that much to see. It's just a bunch of rocks. I've never seen any fish. I'm sure they're here, but I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to capture any with the GoPro. The now was actually originally an ad for a 14 or 15 foot necky kayak with a rudder, and that looked fine for the week. But in the last couple of days, she contacted me and she said, you know what, I'm buying a new lightweight composite 17-foot boat, so if you want to rent my 17-foot current design Storm instead, if you think you'll like that one better, I'll just let you use that one. So this boat I knew was close enough to the specs of what I'm used to. Never saw a picture of it, didn't know what color it was until she pulled up in it to near where I'm staying. And I already picked out a yellow tank top for the day, so I matched the boat, and that wasn't even planned, so that's telling me that this boat and I is fate, that we're going to be spending the week together. This is the first time I've been in Lake Tahoe after Labor Day. Today's September 9th, and it's nice that it's noticeable that there are fewer people in traffic, less people out and about. It'll be kind of nice not to deal with quite as big a crowds in restaurants. I was a little bit surprised how many paddlers and boaters I see out, seeing that it's after Labor Day, but then I kind of forgot it's Saturday. Come Monday, I think I'm going to have a little bit more space to myself on this lake. The high's in the low 70s all week in Tahoe City. I prefer it a little bit warmer. When the wind is blowing and it's 72, it feels kind of chilly. But when the wind stops for a little bit, like it is right now, the sun feels so good. The thing about Lake Tahoe and its wind is that this lake is just so circular. There's not a lot of places to hide, and better spots to paddle when it is windy. Thanks for coming along with me.